Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 16th to the 31st, 2025 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. All right, so let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. Spirit has already brought forward the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles seems to be a very popular theme during this time. We then have the Ace of Swords. We have the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. The Eight of Cups, the Page of Swords, Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. The King of Wands, and then we have Temperance. Perfect. This is quite a lovely spread. So at the center of everything with the Page of Pentacles, there's a lot of learning going around, and a learning coming to you around wealth, what you value as much as money. It's setting up success, prosperity, and bounty for yourself. It's looking at things, and it's not being afraid to ask questions. It's also not being afraid to be childlike, curious, connected, gaining an understanding of what it is that you're looking for, like diving deeper into things. But it doesn't have to be perfect, and it isn't like, oh well, I should already know. There's an energy here of like, no, I'm a student, I'm taking it in, I'm learning. You're going to be exquisite at learning during this time, learning in order to increase your own prosperity, wealth, and success, but also taking in knowledge, connecting. You're going to be making connections during this time quite beautifully and quite kind of quite quickly. So that is really, really beautiful. This is also Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So here, there's just a beautiful connection coming forward. Now, with the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, it's all about balance. And there's a sense here with a challenge around balance, around harmony. And this means that things are out of balance. Certain things are out of balance during this time. And Libra, because you are, well, a Libra, you're represented by the scales, right? In the zodiac, that's what your symbol is the scales. You are represented by Justice, the lady holding the scales in the tarot. You like balance. You like things to be ordered and structured in a certain way. Not quite as much as Earth sign energies do, but you really do love the order, the balance of it all. So that's going to be coming in during this time. And that's going to be something that you're looking at for yourself. And that's going to be something that, you're having a bit of difficulty with. It doesn't mean that it has to be necessarily completely difficult, but it doesn't feel like everything's aligning the way that you would like it to align, or having everything, just kind of like be as harmonized as you want it to be. So that can cause some chaos. That can cause some upset. You might be sitting there and being like, I don't know why I feel stressed, or I don't know why I feel anxious during this time. And it's just because everything doesn't feel as harmonized as you would like it to be, as it needs to be, as it should be. I want to say should be, but it's like it should be for your own soul and all self. It doesn't mean anything is bad. So it's just putting things into balance. And also it is not having so much on your plate. What you're going to see during this time is like letting go is going to be really good, or like kind of giving yourself a little bit more wiggle room is going to be really good for you. At the roots of it all is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is this beautiful gift from God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, of clarity, insight, and understanding. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You are knowing your mind, you're knowing your voice. You're definitely taking this gift, which is absolutely brilliant. And this gift is just for you. It is a special gift, completely aligned with you, because you are represented by the swords in the minor arcana. So with this gift coming forward of the Ace of Swords, there's clarity, there's insight. The energy you need to focus on is like, what are you thinking? What do you want? Not what everybody else wants from you, not what everybody else is thinking. How are you harmonizing yourself? Are you, being open and honest with you? Are you saying what you need to say to yourself? Are you looking at things in a way that connects with your soul and yourself? That's going to be really important. You're also going to have the sense of a greater understanding coming forward, a greater insight, a greater knowledge, and that's going to kind of change the game, move things open for you, open up doors for you, insights, have you seeing yourself and the world and what you want differently. It's going to play a big game, but it's going to play a powerful role during this time. I'm just trying to get this light to be good for you guys, not everything be so shadowy. Okay, so that is absolutely brilliant here, and I'm loving that for you with the Ace of Swords, with that gift, with that knowledge coming forward. Then we have the Empress moving into the past. And so the Empress is about taking care of yourself. It's about prosperity and wealth and abundance, bounty and deeper understanding. And so what you're going to see here is that this is moving into the past, that deep connection with what it is that you want, the creativity that you want to bring forward, what it is that you're looking for in yourself, and what it is that you want to build and what it is that you want to bring. This is all about nurturing. It's all about connecting. It's all about grounding and rooting yourself. It's also being very inspirational, not just to others, but to you. It's this sense of, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm going after. And that is a big deal, Libra. And so here, as that moves into the past, what you are going to see is that there's a clarity that comes forward during this time that brings insight, that brings understanding, and that brings knowledge forward. And that is going to be something that you're going back to. You're like, oh, well, they're like, it's like, oh, well, it's like on this day, but it's not that you know the exact day. It's that you have this feeling, and this feeling, you're taking it like a piece of thread and you're pulling it forward. Kind of like, if you ever watch anybody spin on a spinning wheel, you're kind of pulling it forward and bringing it forward and making it more. You're taking that thread, you're taking that knowledge, and you're pulling it forward, you're making it more. And that is absolutely beautiful. You're seeing how to move forward. You're also not holding yourself to hurts, to pains, to disappointments of the past. You're embracing more of what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for. That brings you then to the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Again, the same energy that we had at the heart of it all. And with the Queen of Pentacles being your strength, that means you're very good at nurturing wealth, prosperity. You're very good at being the student of what it is that you want, of what it is that brings wealth, prosperity, and bounty into your life. And here you are very good at nurturing that, of bringing that forward, of taking, it's kind of like the mother taking care of the child. And it doesn't have to be, right? You don't have to sit there and say, oh, it has to be just like that. Some people can find that to not be, they can find that to be a triggering, analogy. But it's kind of like, but it is the sense of, I am nurturing the dreams and wants and desires of what I have within me, of how I want to move forward in my life, of what it is that I'm looking for. Think of yourself at the heart of it all, of, endless opportunities, endless expanse, questioning, seeking, diving deeper into things, being that child. And your strength is going to be kind of saying, oh, well, that works for me, but that doesn't. Oh, that's a great idea. Remember to tie your shoes, type of thing. Don't trip. You're going to be making things secure and more stable and bringing forward wealth and prosperity. And that is important. You're crowned with love. So follow your heart, follow your love, follow your passion. It will serve you quite well, and it will lead you forward quite beautifully. You're looking at the bigger picture of where it is that you want to be. It will be really easy to box yourself in. It will be really easy also to let anger and frustration come forward and be like, but I don't want to be the nurturer. I don't want to care. Like, that's more it, Libra. Like, I don't want to care. And Spirit is saying here, but that is part of your purpose here on this earthly plane, is to care, is to build, is to grow. It's like, it's like when a tree is growing, right? The roots are in the earth, being cared for and nurtured. And then it grows into something so much bigger than you can imagine from a little seed. And here, that's what you're doing. You're caring, you're growing, you're nurturing what it is that is so important to you. And it doesn't mean that everybody sees it. And sometimes you might not even see it yourself. And you can go through a time of being frustrated. I don't want this. And then you realize, but I do. Like, this is my calling. This is myself. This is me moving forward. And you're becoming very aware in the near future, right here, that there are certain battles you just don't want to be fighting anymore. There are certain things where you're like, you know what? No, that's not my energy. That's not my time. That's not my space. That's not what I'm doing. And so here with the Seven of Wands, Spirit is saying be very mindful of kind of connecting with fools, or thinking, oh, I'll win this debate type of thing. Because what you're going to see during this time is that, like, you don't have the energy for it. So you'll kind of connect with certain people and be like, I just don't have the energy for this. And so it's time to walk away. So just be very aware of that during this time, that there's this real sense of like, no, I don't want to be in this nonsense. And so either you can spend all your energy with the Seven of Wands fighting battle after battle after battle, or saying, you know what, no, I'm done. I have the high road, right? It doesn't mean that it has to be anybody else's high road, but I know what it is that I need, and I'm moving forward in that knowledge and in that understanding. And it brings you then to the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups has a duality to it. And I'm starting to see this duality kind of like crack out of it. I always saw the Eight of Cups as an ending, just like as severe as a divorce, right? It is an ending. It is powerful. It is walking away. It is done. Okay. That's one aspect of it. And that's one aspect of the advice. Like, walk away, be done. Okay, cool. But the Eight of Cups is also much more multifaceted. It is choosing you. It's going on your next adventure. It's saying, well, I've done this. Now I move forward. And it's very much like the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing and bringing forward the Page of Pentacles, saying, I've walked this path. I know this better than I had thought I did. And I will guide you, right? Or I know this better than, then I realize what you're going to see within yourself is like, I know this better than I had realized. Let me move this forward. And with the Eight of Cups, you're starting a new adventure. It's kind of like, it's not that I don't love these cups anymore. You might come back to them. But now it's like, okay, now I need to move forward. Now I need to embrace and express and see what it is that I want and where it is the road takes me. Because the environment that you're in is very much being the student, is asking the questions. You have messages from Spirit coming your way. Trust your intuition. You have Spirit guiding you forward. Trust your knowledge. Trust your voice. You're going to be looking at things quite differently than you have before. And as you do so, there's a knowledge, there's an understanding, there's an instinct to you. Do not be afraid to dive deeper into things. Do not be afraid to connect with stories or ideas that intrigued you when you were small. And then you thought, oh, I have to kind of grow up. I have to leave this behind. Or you become embarrassed. Like I became embarrassed that I was so absolutely just enchanted by Celtic mythology. Like, to the point that I studied Celtic mythology in college. Like, I just thought it was the coolest thing in the whole entire world. And then I was like, why? Why did I do that? Like, why was it so important to me? And it was, I did. I don't know why I became embarrassed by it, but I did. And then I'm being called back to those stories that were so important to me and shaped my mind and myself so much, that even the deck I use is the Llewellyn Tarot deck. It is the Welsh story, tarot deck, and it is beautiful. And so here you're coming back to inspiration and insight and deeper understanding, and that meant so much to you. But we change along the way, and sometimes we change just to realize I come back to me, I come back to center, I come back to self, and it brings us then to our fear. Now, this is the King of Wands, Libra. And the King of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you go from being a student of you to being a king of fire, right? And do note that your sister sign is Aries, fire energy. So it's not always where you are most comfortable, but you can be, okay? Because sisters, just like sisters, can bring out the best or the worst in us. So just being aware of that. With the king, or it's also our opposite energy. Right? So the King of Wands is fire and passion and tenacity and determination. You're going to be very drawn to that energy, to that fire, to that passion, to that intrigue of things. There's also, with the salamander here in alchemy, that is a sign of transformation. You are embracing transformation. You are embracing passion and fire and instinct, and you are opening up to more than you had realized. And yet you are afraid of the expanse of emotion. Now, you could have dealt with a very kind of volcanic, eruptive personality, especially when you were younger, that made things like unstable And now you are going to see yourself moving forward in the fire and in the passion of what you want, of what you're looking for, of what you desire. But the fear of the fire and the passion will come up every now and then. So do be mindful about that you can be getting so close and then feel like you actually have to pull yourself back because it's pushing away your comfort zone. It's pushing away what it is that you like, kind of like the order and the neatness that you thought it should be. It brings us then to Temperance. And Temperance is Sagittarius energy, November 22nd to December 21st, which sounds right now, and I know we're in October, so it shouldn't sound so very far away, but it does. It does. What we're seeing here is that this is a sense of truth. This is embracing the truth for you. What is true? What do I want? What am I looking for? And then Sagittarius energy, because it is ruled by Jupiter, it expands, it makes more of. So what you're going to see is that you're expanding your knowledge, and whatever you are focusing on emotionally, spiritually, personally during this time becomes more. And it can be great, and it can also be overwhelming. So just be mindful of this, that this can bring out a lot of blessings, but it can also kind of make you feel frustrated or make you feel like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? Am I moving forward the right way? So being aware of this is going to be an important thing, because this is also taking your conscious world and your subconscious world and mixing them together. What is seen on the surface and what is, kind of boiling underneath. And you're taking that energy and you're being guided by so much more than you had imagined, than you had dreamt of. And you're seeing yourself in a new light and in a new way. And as you do so, you're finding your balance, but you need to always say the truth to you. What do you want? What are you looking for, Libra? Because that part is just going to come out. And it has to do with money. It's not like, oh, I want to, have hoards of gold on top of a mountain type of thing. But it is around wealth, prosperity, success, and abundance. And it's also not being afraid to say that I want prosperity in my field. I want prosperity in my life. I want to move forward, not feeling, guilty for any of that. And it is embracing your dreams and your heart so beautifully. Now let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is evolve. You are evolving. Spiritually, personally, you are seeing yourself transform and you are embracing that transformation. It moves us then to the chakra energy, angels. Oh, right here, the heart chakra just came right out. Libra, love is so important to you. It is one of the most important things. You thrive on love, and this is the heart chakra. So connecting with your heart, connecting with what you love is as important to you almost as breathing. So just being aware of that and letting your heart shine forward is super important. So let's see the energy you need to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides. So we have Scorpio energy. Oh, secrets of the heart. It's the Three of Swords and the Death card. The Death card is Scorpio energy. You could have had a Scorpio that broke your heart. Very easy way of seeing that. Scorpio energy is October 23rd to November 21st. But you could have heartbreak, okay, that you kept to yourself. You just kind of like pushed it down. And I was like, I don't need to tell anybody about this. I don't need to burden anybody. But you kept that heartbreak to yourself and you kind of pushed down emotions that needed to come to the surface. So do be mindful about that because they will come to the surface during this time. And acknowledgement of three major pains that you have had in your life, personally, emotionally, and spiritually, they're going to come forward again during this time. Do not push them down. Let them leave. Like let them kind of come up and leave. If you need to scream into a pillow, go for a run, do something like that, do so. But let it come out and let it leave your body in a peaceful, harmonious way that, has you more aligned with yourself. It moves us then to your subconscious spirit message. And this is adventure. That's exactly what the Eight of Cups right here. We were saying that it is an ending, yes, but it is also the beginning of an adventure. And right now, as your soul is evolving, it is also craving adventure. It moves you then to the heart chakra and to play, to let yourself play, to let yourself have fun, to let joy come in. Play is just so important. And it's letting yourself embrace that play and that joy. It brings us then to the energy to be mindful of, and this is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something here about what others would see as a gift. It was not a gift to you. So just be mindful about that, and also be mindful during this time that somebody's going to offer a gift or offer something forward, and it seems like it's really nice. It's not right. It's not, it's not right for you, and it's not a bad thing to say, no, thank you. You're totally fine with doing so. It brings us then to your subconscious tarot message, and that is the Magician. As above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. Be very mindful and aware that your mind is so exquisitely important, and your thoughts are so important. They're going to build and shape your whole entire future. You are opening up the doors to so much more of what you are looking for. You are also subconsciously standing before the altar of your existence, claiming your desire, claiming your passion, claiming what it is that is your beauty in this world, and you are walking forward in that knowledge. And it is an exquisite thing. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Have a beautiful and blessed end of October, a blessed life, and a happy Halloween. Bye.